Alright, hello, welcome everybody. This is Lucy the Bold. We are in Enshrouded. So I'm going to be starting out. I'm on our world server for all of our members. Um, so my spouse has a winter water build that I've been helping her with. Yeah, we're going to go over and look at that, and then I'm going to do a couple little things, add a couple mannequins inside of it. I'll show you when we get over there. But I do have chat window open. So feel free to chat to me, as well as if you want to call in, you can do that as well. And I hope everybody enjoys today's show. All right, so it seems to be raining outside. Yeah, I still haven't taken down the Christmas decorations yet. My bad, but it's because, we're currently working on something else. So let's go up to Revelwood. And maybe it'll stop raining. And maybe not. Okay. Let's see here. Yep, straight ahead. Yeah, as you can see, we have a buttload of water sources. It's pretty insane, but it'll make a little bit more sense when I get over there to it. All right, let me check my chat log, make sure that OBS is working correctly and everything else is working correctly. Okay, so that looks good. Everything here looks good. Monitors are picking up sound, so I am happy. All right. Yay, it stopped raining. Okay, so, in case you're curious, that is my spouse's water build. All right. So basically, it's a lodge set up for hunters. It's a hunting lodge, like in the days of old. It's fortification, but it's also a resort at the same time. And we have some hidden little nuggets in with it too. So we'll go over all of that. So let's fly over there. See if I can land on top of one of the towers. Oh. Yay, I made it. So one of the things that we did is we put different people up here, okay? So, like, of course, they're all rangers. This is an assassin's outfit, all right? And we got all of our stuff from DDD online resource place. This is a sharpshooter. And then we also have don't know if I can do this or not. Alright, I made it. Woo! We also have the Dead-Eye Hood. So every tower has a minimum of 4 people looking out to the exposed sides, weapons at the standby. Okay, well, let's fly down this way. Oops. So this is the way that you would come if you were coming into this build. This is the pathway leading up to it. All right. We have been having some water issues. Water not wanting to stay in the walls, even though, we can fill them and then it just stops filling. And we're not really sure what it is. We have no leaks or anything, but as you can see, the third floors are void of any water at this moment. Okay, so out here, all right, we have the way down. Okay, 2 ways down. And then over here, we have a swimming pool. All right, and then we have some guests that are relaxing at the pool, having some drinks and stuff at the resort. Okay, down below, we have clamshells set up. Now the clamshells are nothing more than the toilets. Okay, they were easiest to sit there and hide. And then I took globes and placed them inside of the clamshells. Some of them are closer than others. There is also a passageway underneath the steps. It is actually big enough to swim underneath of it. All right. And then over here, this side of the pool is currently closed because the guy is wearing his scuba tank, scuba gear, and he's getting ready to pick one of the pearls. We also have a sunken treasure chest with some gold in it. And you can see there are fish and stuff around. All right. Over here, and we have these nice little areas set up where you can sit there and sit down, visit, chat, relax, contemplate life. We did put windows in wherever we have water falling out the other side to keep the fish from going out and over the side. So we have 2, and then we have gargoyles placed too, which I think did turn out really nice. We have 2 per side, and they go all the way down. I mean, all the way down, and get the ground soaked underneath. So, pretty crazy. We filled up the entire space of the flame shrine. So it's a level 2 flame shrine all the way around. Here's another gargoyle. And then my spouse put the orange Drakdal light in, just to give it a really cool kind of vibe. Let me see who is chatting to me. Okay, all right. Hello and welcome. So, yeah. And then this side. And I keep cutting this out. Try to get the water to flow the way I want it to, but you know, it's outside of the boundary. So within, what is it, 1 game hour, the ground repairs itself. All right, and then we have a 4th one over here on this side, as well as another sitting area. Okay, let's go over this way first. So we have 2 different directions that we can go. We're going to go this way first. This goes underneath the swimming pool, and this is going to lead us down into a little secret cave. Okay, we got a person that's hanging out here. I don't know. He's drinking a coconut smoothie, looks like. And just kind of kicking back, reading some books, trying to hide out from folks. All right, over this way. And it was hard to get these bamboos firm. I actually had to use stone underneath the bamboo, even though the bamboo is tightly together, because you sink down to your waist, and sometimes you couldn't even move. This is the waterfall coming from the other swimming pool. And then we have this nice little natural walkway, and then we're going to go down into a cavern. And of course, you know, ground shifting and stuff is cracked, you know, a lot of the stone. And we have candles, you know, to light up the area. You can see one of the waterfalls going down right there. And then this goes underneath the other waterfall. Okay, and then we're going to go down. And then we have an open cavern. Now, well, my spouse started the cavern and then asked me if I would come in and go up as high as I could go, you know, and as far back as I could go. So this is what we ended up with, and then I used the lichen to decorate it with. Okay, we also have stairways going up into the house, or into the lodge. Alright. So then we put in a pond with a waterfall over there. You know, and it's kind of swampy. Back in through here. Alright, then we have some interesting things. We have kegs and barrels and stuff, you know, that are falling in. We got some trophies, you know, in here with all this gold. Buried chest. Okay, and then we have this crane system. Alright. It's a good place to store your beverages because it's nice and cool down here and stuff, you know, so you can store all your cakes and stuff like that. And then you can see my spouse built this, and it's a running well. The idea is that this would be guiding as it comes down, you know, so it would roll up the chains pull this thing down to where it's supposed to be at. And of course, this would be the on and off switch right here. Okay. And then we have a stairway with some plants and stuff growing. Alright, you can see what she did here to get the chains. Did a really, really good job getting the chains perfectly hooked. I don't do so well with that, you know, because they're so thin and stuff. I have problems getting them hooked up. And yeah, outstanding job on that. So the winch can pull this up, you know. Alright, then this comes up. Okay, a little secret hidden door here. And then we have these bookcases, you know, with different things, you know, hidden in them and stuff. Alright, so let's go out this way just a little bit, and then we're going to turn around and come back in. Alright, so you come up from the main entry to the place, you know, past the two pools, and you come over here. To enter, you must take a leap of faith. You have to jump. And we have a nice sitting area over here. You can relax. It is pretty at nighttime because when the Enshrouded night sky, you know, you can look up through the water and it like amplifies the nighttime. Originally, we were wanting to have this be like a outdoor flyer, you know, where you can sit around and do a weenie roast type of thing, but because it's used as your portal to come in, you know, you can't do anything with the flame altar. Not a great deal anyways. Gotta get a drink of water here. Yeah, that tastes good. Alright, then we have a bartender over here who can mix up all kinds of drinks for you and stuff. And then you would come in, you know, we have bouncers. Gnomes are excellent bouncers. So this is the main dining hall slash meeting hall in here. Okay. It took a little while to get all the tables and chairs and all the compliments and stuff put out for everybody who's going to be attending the meetings. Alright. And then of course the lords would sit at the heads of the tables on both ends. And then right over here, okay, we have, oops, showers with a little stool, little buckets. That way you can, it's a Japanese style bathhouse over here. Okay, and then you can sit down, you know, in the water. You know, you could imagine, you know, mist, steam coming up, you know, because it's nice and hot. Alright, and over here, this is going up through the towers. And this would be where the guards could hang out at. Okay, and you can see the water. And it was extremely difficult for her to section off one area at a time, put ladders in. All right, and then you can see it's really difficult. You can't get the water any higher sometimes than what it is. But this is another area for the rangers and assassins upstairs, you know, the guards and stuff to hang out at. We'll go up one more. Okay, so this whole level last night was full of water, and for some reason now it's the whole third floor, with the exception of the ceiling. The water's just not doing what it's supposed to. So we are going to try to fix this. If we can't, we're still going to enter it because it's still an amazing build. Yeah, and then of course we have 4 of these. We'll go down one of these over here on this side. See, the ceilings are great, you know, but we just can't figure out why, you know, the third floor is not holding water. I don't know if it's a bug or not. You can put water in, it'll stay in, but then when you log out and log back in, all of the water's gone. Alright, let's get back into the game here. See, this is what it's supposed to look like up on the 3rd level. And then while we're up here, we also have outdoor banquet areas. And she chose this site because it's actually a very picturesque view. So we have, you know, people are reading books and studying and stuff. And then you can see here, you know, nice little seating area. And then we have one last little area over here for people to sit at, look out. The snowball lights for an entry light. And then you can see those there. You know, those are the gargoyles. So this is the 2nd floor. Okay. And we have a nice big master bed. It's actually 2 beds, foot to foot, with the bearskin rugs laid over the top. And then right behind it, trying to get a good picture of this. There we go. We have some bookshelves. Okay. And then this is the stairway coming up. All right. And then over here we have a huge dressing room. Okay. Lots of baskets for linens and stuff like that. You know, folded up laundry, those type of things. And for all of those female adventurers, you know, we have makeup stand. And then we have the master bathroom with plenty of reading materials. Okay. Yeah, this one should have some water in it as well. Alright, here's the stairway going down to the first level. And then over here, don't know if you noticed this or not, but the flower baskets. So basically you can set flowers upon flowers in the baskets, and then you get these nice bouquets of flowers. So my spouse discovered that the other night when she was setting them out. So she was having fun doing that around some of the areas. So this is the beverage stands. Like I said, they're waiting for the conference or the meeting. And all the plates, cups, bowls, dishes, different potions and ointments and stuff. Coffee brewers. And then we have all kinds of food being cooked and set out, you know, big old butcher knife. Things on the spit, as well as on the grill. Dirty dishes. Oh, I just realized we don't have any sinks. No way to wash the dishes. We have fish, bananas in the oven. We also have some stew. And then to get the fish and the rice balls, what you do is you put a platter down, put the fish on it, and then you take another platter, you put it over the top of that, and then you add the fish balls. So you can combine two different types of foods by doing that. And then of course this is the garbage containers. And then we have spices for your meats, your stews, all that good stuff that you will want to eat when you're here. And a place for another one of the lords to sit. And then you come in through here, back into the tower, and then come over this way, and then we have another spa room. Okay, with benches that you can sit on. So overall, I think the build is fabulous build. I'm actually thinking about getting a couple of like chefs and a couple mannequins and putting them here in front of these things, and then maybe a couple of servers and stuff. So I think what we'll do is we'll go to DDD, pick up some mannequins and some outfits, and then bring them back. So yeah, that is my spouse's build. Let's see here. All right, so let's go to DDD. Besides having that world, you can also go to the Shroud Depot. I've been using DDD because everything that I need is in individual stores, and I don't have to search. You know, I know that I go to the flower store or I go to the trophy store, you know, inside of the mall. All right, so let's go. And so they've made some improvements here. DDD, the guy that built this and stuff. So they have a ground floor directory now. Tells you what's on the first floor. Corey's Cookware, the Garden Gnome, Material Hall, Gem Forge, Praise Flowers, all of the shops on the second floor, and then all the shops up on the third floor, which I think is really cool. I like it. Alright, and then I don't think they've done anything more to this area yet. Let's see if I have my torch. I do not have my torch with me. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay. Anyways, I know it's dark, but this room is this full of gold coin. Alright. And then Corey's Cookware. Pretty cool. Those are the weapons for display racks for the walls to use that as dispelling.
Hi.
And then he was telling me the other night when I was in here that this red part here is actually the collector's large table recessed in, and it gives it a very beautiful leather patinaed look. But we have all of these things over here, you know, and then you have all your cookwares and stuff over here. And then, of course, this world resets every hour on the hour. The garden gnome. For all of your gardening necessities. Okay, let's go upstairs. We need to get some mannequins. Oh, let's see here. We'll get a couple of these. Couple of those. And then go over here and get a couple of outfits. I didn't realize that I had stuff with me. Oh, shoot. Deleted the wrong darn thing. That's what I get for being an ignoramus. Okay, so I got those two. I need these last two. Alright. Why are you doing this again without destroying them? Let's see here. Yeah, I like that outfit.
Yeah, I like that outfit.
Okay, we'll go over to the
Okay, we'll go over to the tip shop.
It's down on the second.
Oh, that's down on the second floor. Yes.
Oh,
Right. Kingmaker.
Aha!
that is cool.
Can these be colored?
Hi.
Okay, we're going to go back. All right. Let's set up some mannequins. And put one of them over here. And let's maybe have somebody over here. And down here. person is wearing that style hat. Okay, so yeah, that looks pretty cool. Gives us a few people. Wondering if we should have somebody, you know, like standing here for the barista, making the coffee, or yeah, I'll wait till my spouse gets on a little bit later and see if she wants me to go get some more mannequins and some more outfits. All right. Let's see. The next thing I wanted to do is take you over and show you the home that I'm building. Yeah, it wasn't very well thought out. Just flip straight down. So this is something I've been working on. I've been working on these arches. Kind of hard to do, but I was also thinking about putting maybe like one more over there, behind those trees. And then maybe one over there. Let's go inside. I need to get some more rugs, you know. This is my little family room reception area for people when they come over. I like the view. And of course my dining room. Looks like I need to lift the rug up just a little bit. And then my kitchen. This thing needs water. There we go. Thought I would do an interesting little display. Needs water too. You would think the bean roaster would need it. Then I have a little patio here on the back side. I just gotta get this finished off. Upstairs, it's going to be a library up here with a little seating room, you know, where I can come up and study and stuff. Gotta put on a lot of books. This is my bathroom. Still need to work on it a little bit more. And then the master bedroom. So everything's a work in progress around here. Is the nice thing about the member world. You do have one other member that has a build out here. Most everybody else stays in the village, the main village. Rest in a nest. Double check your essentials. Take shelter from tropical rain. Oh, some progress is going on. They fly nice. Have fun. Yeah, looking good. Good job. Okay. Well, let's go back to my main world. Uh, Actually, you know what? I want to show off some of the windmills that I've done on some of my characters' worlds. Sorry, I'm kind of impressed with them. My Dagger Builders home. Let's see here. Let's go down here, walk around. The pond that I made. I think it came out really well. Still love to be able to put fishing poles on some type of like weapon mount. That way you could attach it to a mannequin. I think that would be awesome. Good. Doesn't look like anybody's got hung up. I think I got it fixed. Fisherman's home, in case if you're curious. Tallest structure I've built so far, 14 stories. Then, of course, we have the grain mill. People putting corn in to the grinder, and inspectors making flour. And then over here, I have a lady who is making alcohol, corn whiskey. And of course, apparently had a delivery. Alright, so this is the last one that I built. And this is the posting. The picket fence posting, you know, the white one, the whitewash. I think it came out really good. And I used the Enshrouded wood for the base. And then, of course, the pump with the pump handle. The only thing I haven't done yet is add a ladder to it. And then we have a little pond here. Not supposed to be that deep. For the capybaras. Took down all the Christmas trees that were out here. Making a bamboo fencing around the property line. And it's solid. I mean, you can't walk through it. It's nice and tall. Alright. Let's go to another one of my places.
Hey!
Alright. Now this is done with bamboo poles. This was my first experiment with this. As you can see, I didn't get the poles lined up particularly well. And then I used the horse trough. Of course, we have a water wheel over there. This was also the first time I ever built a pond. It used to be ice in it. And then, of course, when we got the water, you know, I took up all the ice and put the water in instead. few places. This place here is a tree, and it's actually at the passage to the Blackmire. You would see a huge, huge dead tree. Yeah, it's Glenwood right there. And then there's an island out here in the mist. The plain sanctuary on it. Oh, yeah, probably should lay down. It's nighttime. I don't want to pick up, I want to sleep. There we go. Really? Sleeping on the floor? Turn back and look, see, you know, it is a big tree and it goes all the way down. And then there's a smaller version of it right over there. But it's the only two trees at the entrance that are dead. You know, and of course that's the Blackmire Forest right there. Waterfall there goes in and underneath the aqueduct and then runs all the way back over to the other side. Gives you a good idea of how big it is and then how big the aqueduct is. Yep, and that's all cobblestone. And I farmed it all out by hand. Thousands and thousands and thousands of cobblestone. Okay. One last place for today. Whoa. Why do we got water there? Yeesh. I'll get one of those pumps out, suck up the water. I need to change that sign because we're at 2,284 or 89 some people subscribers. So thank you for everybody who has subscribed.
Hey. Hello.
This pond is still doing well. Well, at least I don't see no yaks on the building or armadillos on the roofs. This one actually came out a lot better. Bamboo poles are really nice. I like using them, especially for the crank coming down from the top of the windmill. It goes down into the ground so you can pump your water. But yeah. Alright, people. It's Sunday. And you've all been very quiet. So I am going to call it a day. I will see you tomorrow. And I'll go out and do some adventuring. I like going out and doing some adventuring. It's the fun part. Okay, please hit like, please hit subscribe. And we do have memberships available. And I also, if you are a member, I will come to your world and showcase your build. I will also come to your world if you want to go adventuring together. And as a member, you get your choice of whether you want to be a snowman or a gnome, and what type of snowman or gnome you want to be at our sports stadium. So those are all extra perks for the memberships. Plus, you get to play on our members' world. Subscribers, every subscriber to my channel gets a gnome at the sports stadium. And if you are a subscriber and you're having problems finding something, I will be 100% happy to help you out with that, giving you guidance or instructions, whatever it is. So, yeah, have an awesome day, and I will see you next time. Say thank you.
Hi.
All right.